All right, guys, good morning and welcome to the Sports Buffet on Elegbete TV Radio. My name is Idafe Matthew. So, you love to call me the Elegbete One Sports. Coming to you all the way from Uyo, Sam Makeshift Studio. You know how it is. We give you reports of our day, the previous day, and then tell you what we're looking forward to today. But because today is game day and it's the end of our Uyo assignment. We're going to leave you guys out there to do a lot of the walking. Okay, a lot of the walking. Whether you're watching live or you come on to watch later, you have a job to do. Okay, so get yourself prepared, get yourself ready, wherever you are. Let me give the live a little bit of time to percolate, to simmer, to go around, and then we come and talk about what we need to talk about today. But pending that, let's look at straight up to transfer gist, gossip, all the rumors that are going on in football. It's the transfer season. Officially, the transfer window have not opened. It's a week away from real actions. Transfer really hitting the headlines and coming up steam and talking about transfer, but it doesn't stop the rumor from spreading. And some deals have even been done, like the Mbappe deal has been done. Some of that deal has been done because of a free agency can move at any time, whether in the middle of the season, at any time, free agency can happen. So, Kylian Mbappe happened to be under free agency, so that one is already done and dusted. But then there is story around Lukaku, his openness to going to Saudi Arabia and all. Today is Friday, don't forget, the seventh day of the month of June, and the Super Eagles play against South Africa today. So majorly our discussion will be centered around that, but that's on your end. On my end, I'm still going to give you the usual stories I would normally give. I'll give you the rundown of what happened yesterday, and then what we're expecting today. But let's look at the transfer gist that we've got for you this wonderful Friday morning. It's raining my end. I don't know how it is in your end, but it's not serious rain. So Chelsea and Belgium striker Romelu Lukaku, 31, that Chelsea was hoping to use as a makeshift in the Osimhen deal, has opened the door to a Saudi Pro League move, but also has interest from AC Milan, Napoli, and from his former manager at Fenerbahce, Jose Mourinho. Any Napoli move for Lukaku would only happen if they manage to sell Nigerian striker Victor Osimhen, who's 25 years of age. Everton risks losing England striker Dominic Calvert-Lewin on a free transfer if in 2025 after a halt in contract talks with the 27-year-old. Okay, Chelsea are monitoring development with Everton forward Calvert-Lewin, while 21-year-old RB Leipzig and Slovenia striker Benjamin Sesko is also among the options they are considering. I thought they said they don't have money. They are on the verge, on the very. They're walking a thin line with financial fair play. Well, I don't know if the money is much anyway. England and Bournemouth striker Dominic Solanke, 27, has excuse me, has a release clause of 65 million pounds in his 65 million pounds for Dominic Solanke. Well, it's tried last season, Sham. I wouldn't lie. 65 million pounds in his contract, but can only be activated by certain clubs. Okay, the release clause is selective. Okay, they were. I know whether those clubs go even work on sign up. Manchester United have made a 60 million euro bid for Lille defender Lenny Euro 18, but face a fight for the French teenager signature with Real Madrid. Very interested, and everybody knows that if it comes to choice between Real Madrid and Man United, you know that you choose Real Madrid. Chelsea have made Crystal Palace and France under 21 winger Michael Olise, 22, one of their top summer transfer target, with the Blues ready to rival Manchester United to land the 60 sorry, 60 pounds rated player. England defender Lucy Bronze, 32, wants to stay at Barcelona, even though she will have better offer to play in other countries, and her club wants to keep her beyond the end of the current contract, which expires this summer. Well, where you're happy is more important than any other thing else. So if that's where her happiness is, she should stay there. Barcelona and Spain forward Mariona Caldente, 28, has agreed to join Women's Super League side Arsenal when her contract expires at the end of June. Okay, another free agency on the move there. Chelsea winger Raheem Sterling, 29, has no interest in a move to Fenerbahce, and no talks have taken place between that about the England forward moving to Turkey, so people should forget about it. Former Juventus boss Massimiliano Allegri has been offered the chance to manage in the Saudi Pro League, but would like to take charge of a club in the Premier League. But Borussia Dortmund want to sign 22-year-old Dutch left back and Madison on a permanent basis after he impressed on loan, but are reluctant to meet Chelsea's 35 million pounds valuation. What is the problem with Borussia Dortmund? Yes, we keep saying that, oh, Borussia Dortmund are this very powerful club that know how to spot talent and sell them, buy them for cheap and sell them big. But why are they always reluctant to buy players for big too? You cannot always make it work for you and then find it hard to do it for other people. I think that's greed and stinginess. No wonder they don't win anything. Anyway, good for them. Brighton have put 31-year-old Fabian Hosler on their next manager, 31-year-old next manager shortlist. The United States born coach guided St. Pauli to promotion from Bundesliga 2 last season. Wow. All these people will discard for manager. They look things we will need to see. Brighton have held talks with former boss, Graham Potter 49, over a potential return as manager. When I choose one place, more will know when I do. If I want to take the hustler, I take hustler. If I want to take Graham Potter, make it come back. But this time, it might not do as good as it did the first time. Yes, that's how it's always work. Now, second reign, I bring cool. Newcastle United are in advanced talks with departing Bournemouth defender Lloyd Kelly, with West Ham, Tottenham, Roma, and Atletico Madrid also interested in 25-year-old Englishman who will be available on a free transfer now. And I'll be the big thing for this season. After all, Real Madrid, the rich club, have set the tone on that one. But that transfer from Mbappe doesn't look like free transfer. Let's be very, very honest. You cannot be paying 170 million to a player and then you call it free transfer. The only good thing we say, the payment is scheduled in such a way that it doesn't, put them under any pressure. I mean, he's signing a 5 years contract, so they will pay that money, maybe 30, 40 or something. You get with a good spread, and it would not cost them any much of a problem. Now, no financial fair play issue because they're paying to the player. It's not like, oh, we're owing this club. No, it's within the system, so it's easy. But hey, it's still a big deal. Well, Sheffield United have registered their interest in signing Nottingham Forest English defender Joe Worrell, okay, with the 27-year-old available on a free transfer when his contract expires in the summer. Arsenal and Brazil, it is his dream to join Brazil, supported since he was a child. To Arsenal fans, stay calm. Don't be worried. Chelsea Conor Gallagher, 24, is prepared to stay at the club despite interest from Aston Villa and Tottenham Hotspur. Good. I don't think that they should sell him anyway. But if push comes to shove and they need to raise money to do it, and that's the one that is available for sale, they should. But I don't think they should sell him. Brazilian winger who played for Leeds before we're going to Barcelona, Rafinha, is part of new Barcelona manager as of flag plans, but a final decision on the 27-year-old future has been made with clubs in Saudi Arabia interested in him. So, manager, you get a plan, but if the club say they want to sell, they will sell. Your plan, you have to change your plan. It's as simple as that. When it comes to clubs in Spain, all these ones that in England they'll say is the manager that have the final say on player. I lie. You not get any say. You say nothing. Your say is nothing. It's meaningless. So you have to know that. But let me come back to you guys and figure it out for you guys. Need to figure it out for me. How would you make your selection for today's game? It's Nigeria versus South Africa. It's not going to be an easy game. For those people who think, oh, is it not South Africa? There is nothing like is it not South Africa with Nigeria. So we should first of all get that big-headedness, that arrogance. We should dump it on the side. There is no such thing as is it not South Africa? Because I seen some people sending me a message. I come on South Africa, we will be there now. Nah, South Africa have come here and beaten us before. South Africa have come here and draw against us before. South Africa is no longer that easy side that we think we can beat. So let's put the cards on the table. While our players have 1 week to prepare, don't forget that about 6 or 7 players in South Africa all play in the same club. So there is more cohesion, there's more understanding. They play in the same league. There's also more cohesion, more understanding, just like in 2012. So we shouldn't sit where we are and be arrogant. They've also, gone from the Nations Cup to this time with the same between Nations Cup and now, or between the AFCON, because that's what you guys know it to be. Between the AFCON and now, we've changed coach. And we can't sit here and say it's been smooth sailing. With the arrival of players to camp, it wasn't as easy, as direct as a lot of people think. So all of those things should guide our expectation. I've seen people send me message things like, if Unity doesn't win, he should be fired. Listen, like I said on Fans Tribe yesterday, we're at a place where all the wiggle room, all the elasticity that a coach is supposed to have in this World Cup qualifiers, we have lost it in the first two games. Okay, so it's like going to Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Your first three questions, you use all your lifeline. We have used up our lifeline. There is no more, oh, if we do this, this will happen. Don't worry, we can still recover here. Well, yesterday's result also made it a bit easy for us. Not like it's not easy. Let's so that you don't say that if you talk, I like to put things in their proper perspective. Say now and I would say that explain, give us no. That's not what I am explaining. Let's say hypothetically Rwanda had beaten Benin Republic yesterday. It means that Rwanda is running away at the top. Now, because Benin Republic beat Rwanda 1-0, it also means that we beating South Africa today will take us from our 2 points straight up to 5 points. So that's a good advantage. We're not far off the position again. Then if we go and beat Benin Republic, because now that they beat Rwanda 1-0, they will be bubbling. So we go to Ivory Coast and we're able to beat them, then we are back. A bit of swagger and arrogance will be back in our conversation. But for now, for this minute, for this time that we are in, we do not have any reason to be arrogant. We do not have any right to feel like, oh, come on, South Africa. No, that's not common. That's not common. South Africa always wants to play Nigeria with the mindset of we'll kill ourselves there. That's how South Africa always want to play Nigeria. Nigeria currently, as it stands today, we are in 4th position in the group. Rwanda is still on the top position with 4 points. Benin Republic have 4 points there in second. South Africa have 3 points, -1. Our own is we don't have any goal for, we don't have any goal against. We've scored 2, conceded 2. So we draw 2 games. We have not lost in the group. Okay, I think we are the only team in this group that have not lost a game. Okay, no, Lesotho also have not lost. Lesotho and Zimbabwe have also not lost. But we played 2 games. Same for Lesotho, same for Zimbabwe. So look at it carefully, and you would understand. South Africa have played 2 games prior to this one. They've won 1, lost 1. That's why they have 3 points. So if we win today, we go straight to the top of the group with 5 points. No, there is no way anybody is going to, usurp us, unless between Lesotho and Zimbabwe, they cancel each other with a very high margin. Okay, if they win with a high margin. So you see how precarious this group is. This group is a very, very critical group where you say to yourself, nobody is sure. And when the draw was made, I remember when I said that this we might not qualify for the World Cup because this group is very, very critical. And for those of you who, I've seen people say things like, once we beat South Africa and beat Benin Republic, we are home and dry. No, we are not home. We're not nearly home and dry. There is a clear ability that South Africa will pick 6 points from Lesotho and also pick 6 points from Zimbabwe. There is, always put that thing in your mind, that is a very, very big possibility. South Africa might pick 6 points from, I like to be very careful with my words, might pick 6 points from Lesotho and Zimbabwe. That's 12 points somewhere in the future waiting for South Africa. Those 12 points, add them up to the 3 points that they already have. That's 15 points guaranteed. While we, through hard labor and sweat, would have to grind points and everything. I just think that the South African connection of Lesotho and Zimbabwe might help them. Well, right now, I don't think anybody really likes South Africa in Africa because they are not interested in one Africa. They're not interested in African unity. There are a lot of things that other Africans are fighting for that they are not interested. They are blocking their borders for everybody. So that also might just work. Like people are like, okay, let's deal with them. Let's show them that their position on the continent is foolish. It's just a supposition or an assumption. The reality is that group is hot. Okay, there's nobody in the group. If you look at other groups, in the competition, in the qualifiers, you could say that they are standard leaders already. Egypt is a standard leader in their group. They played 3 games. They've got 9 points. They've scored 10 goals. They've conceded only one. So you can, at this point, it's still early days. It's still very, very early days. I mean, you have to play 10 games. But if you have 10 games, means that you have a possible chance of making 30 points, right? Now, in this whole space of 30 points that you're going to make, if your first 3 games you already have 9 points, you're looking at 21 points to go, and the second place team have 5 points. You have, like, they have their wiggle room. This is the kind of thing that we should have created for ourselves from the first 2 games, and then come to this game and beat South Africa. Then we have 9 points and we'll put ourselves. But hey, Nigeria would like to really put ourselves in a dangerous position, so no problem. You go to the second group, Group B. First of the Egypt group, you have Guinea-Bissau, Burkina Faso, Sierra Leone, Ethiopia, and Djibouti. So you look at it there, you can say to yourself confidently, if you're an Egyptian, you say Egypt is going to the World Cup. There is no canal, there is no blockade to the Suez Canal. They are going to the World Cup. Then this Group B, where you have Sudan, Senegal, Cameroon, DR Congo, Togo, South Sudan, and Mauritania. It's a bit tricky because Senegal have 5 points. They've not lost, but they've drawn two for their opening game like us, and then they just won the third game in the group. And then in that group, everybody have played. So everybody have played 3 games already. Sudan have won 2, drawn 1. They are in 7 points. Senegal is in 5 points. So they know that they will have to battle it out with Sudan and get the point on that one. But then there is DR Congo with 4 points. There is Togo with 3 points. Everybody in that group still have a fighting chance. It's still very clear. Nigeria is in Group C. So you have Rwanda top in the group, Benin Republic second, South Africa third, Nigeria fourth, Lesotho fifth, and Zimbabwe sixth. But the way it stands is that points that people get from 2 games is what people have from 3 games in this one. So you have Rwanda on 4 points, you have Benin Republic on 4 points as well, South Africa on 3 points, Almighty Nigeria Giant of Africa on 2 points. Then you have Lesotho and Zimbabwe who also have 2 points. Now let's go to the group of a country that does not look like a country anymore because Obama decided to bomb them into the Stone Age. But then it seems football is making a comeback for now. For now, okay. This group have Libya, Cameroon, whose FA president is fighting with the minister and fighting with their new coaches and all that. Samuel Eto'o, Cape Verde, Angola, Mauritius, and Eswatini. So in that group, Eswatini are bottom of the group. 2 games played, 2 defeats already. Mauritius have played 3 games, 1 draw and 2 defeats already. Angola 2 games and it's 2 draw. Cape Verde have drawn 1 and won 1. Just same as Cameroon, who's drawn 1 and won 1, 4 points. But Libya have won 2 and drawn 1. So this one he go tight. But Cameroon might stand back. It's Cameroon, but I would not also be surprised with all the crisis, everything that is going on there. I would not be surprised if they end up getting knocked out. Samuel Eto'o, one thing I can tell you is if Cameroon does not qualify for this World Cup, forget about it. Your tenure as FA president is over. It's done for. And nobody will listen to Samuel Eto'o when he says, "Oh, I tried to fix Cameroonian football." No, the story will be that you did not. Your ego was too big for you to run a proper ship. Now in Group E, you have Morocco, Zambia, Niger. This group have 5 teams. Not every group have 6 teams. This group have 5 teams. So in this group, you have Morocco, Zambia, Niger, Tanzania, and Congo. Morocco have played 1 game and they've won it. They scored 2 goals. They didn't concede. Zambia have played 2 games. They've won 1, lost 1. Same for Niger, who's played 2 games, won 1, lost 1. And then you have Tanzania, who's played 2 games, won 1, lost 1. Morocco will be playing against what's it called, Congo. If they win that one, they go on 6 points. And the other teams in this group, there's only one team who's not picked a point. Every other team have 3 points at least. But then Congo might shock Morocco. If Congo shock Morocco and wins that game, excuse me, the cold is getting to me. If Congo wins that one, it will be a group of 2 games played. 2 games played, and all of them have 1 win, 1 loss. I mean, it will be good. Red and green, red and green. It will be good. Everybody will be on 3 points. Well, let's go to the other one, Group F, where you have Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast have played 2 games. In this group, there are 6 teams in it. So you have Ivory Coast, Gabon, Kenya, Burundi, Gambia, and Seychelles. There are very, it's straight up. Ivory Coast have 2 wins from 2, just same way as Gabon, 2 wins from 2. Ivory Coast have scored 11 goals, not considered any. Gabon have scored 4 and considered 2. And then you have Kenya, who's won one, lost one. You also have Burundi, who's won one, lost one. And then you have Gambia and Seychelles, who've lost two straight. And those two losses are against Ivory Coast and Gabon for those two. And then you go to Group G, where you have Algeria, Guinea, Botswana, Uganda, Mozambique, and Somalia. In that group, Algeria have played 3 games with 6 points. They've won two, lost one. Guinea have played 3 games with 6 points. They've won two, lost one. And then the other teams have played two. And you have Botswana, who's played two, won one, lost one. Uganda won one, lost one. Mozambique won one, lost one. Somalia have lost 2 of their games. It's not going to be easy. Well, some North Africans are really making a claim to go to the World Cup. They've seen what Morocco did last time out. It was interesting to them. See what the Lord have done, and it is marvelous in our eyes. So for them, they want to go there and flex their muscle. We know that Egypt always don't do well in World Cup, even as well as Tunisia. But this time around, from the inspiration that Morocco gave, they seem to be ready. Tunisia have played 3 games already. They've scored 6 goals, conceded none, drawn none, lost none. They won all 3. They have 9-point maximum. But then Namibia is not making it easy because Namibia played 3 games as well, 1-2, drawn 1. Then you have Malawi, who's played 3 games, 1-2, lost 1. And then you have Liberia, who's won 1, drawn 1, lost 1. They've experienced every type of result that you experience in this type of qualification. Equatorial Guinea have lost 3 games. Sao Tome and Principe have lost 3 games as well. That's the way it is. Group J. No. Group I. No, not Group J. Group I. This is how it stands right now. We have Comoros, the conquerors of Ghana. They like to touch on Ghana. Ghana, Malawi, Mali, Central African Republic, Madagascar, and Chad. How in God's name is Ghana, Comoros, and Madagascar in the same group? Calf, you are evil. You know that Madagascar and Comoros know how to touch on Ghana. You put Ghana there again for them. With Central African Republic. No, but how did Ghana beat Mali away from home? 2-1 is the mathematics that we need to solve. But then Ghana have played 3 games. They're still second in their group with 6 points. Comoros, of all teams, have played 2 games and won 2 straight. So when you're taking those teams for granted, remember that they can be a giant killer. Mali have played 3 games, lost 1, drawn 1, so they have 3 points. They have 4 points in that one. Central African Republic have also won 1, lost 1, drawn 1. They have 4 points. Madagascar have played 2 games. They've won 1 and lost 1. If they win their next game now, they go straight up and push Ghana a bit back. Okay, Chad have not won any. They played 3 games and they've lost them. So let's look at the current ranking and see if your country fits into any of those one. Ranking of second place teams, the teams that will go into the playoff. So Nigeria does not even fit into if the qualifiers end today. Nigeria does not fit into already qualified. Nigeria also does not fit into second place team because they're not there. They are in fourth in their group. So second place teams that are their position are looking good is Gabon, Guinea, Ghana, and Senegal. Other than that, every other person now Burukutu una the drink. Well, let's come back to you guys out there because you are my congregation. You are the people who make the show what it is. Please, as you're watching, we need you to press the like buttons. Help us so that it just keep the algorithm thinking that, yes, it's not just bots that are watching, but it's real human beings that are watching. So click on the like buttons and keep the engagement going. Now, also engage the comment section. It's not just enough to watch me talk, but also talk as well. And the simple question is, tonight, Nigeria play against South Africa in the third World Cup qualifying group game, and the expectations that you guys have is what I want to see. And with the 23 man already in the camp, I'm asking you guys, who would you start if you're the manager of the Super League? If you're Finidi George, who would you start? And what is your score line? What is your score line, your prediction? What's the score line going to be? I mean, any score line, you can say anything, what you consider the score line, what the score will be like. For me, it's so hard. I mean, I'm thinking 3-0. I think we have a strike force that will do it. And maybe if the coach picks the midfield properly and the defense properly, we might also be able to create, because you can have strikers, but if you don't have the supply, that's the problem. South Africa obviously are a lot more mobile than our team. Even though at the Nations Cup we also saw it, but Wambali was just there, the guy who denied the people who are paying his salary the opportunity to grow. But whatever it is, Nigeria cannot afford not to pick 3 points now. Nigeria cannot afford. Somebody sent me a message this morning. I think that's a message that woke me up from sleep. I slept very late, so we're doing all that. But while you're writing your prediction or your selection, let me give you a rundown of what happened yesterday. So yesterday we woke up, check up on our content. What I normally do when I wake up, I look at my phone to call my family at home first, and then we go, okay, let's check at the content. Let's look at the content. First thing that I look at is the subscriber numbers. Okay, are we going up or we're going down? That's what I always look at. Like, oh, because one of the things that people don't understand with us content creator is the fact that as you are expecting people to subscribe to your channel, some people are getting pissed. You might just do one thing or respond to one comment, and people are very, very, into their power. I can fall your hand. That feeling of I can fall your hand, I can knock you off. So you're like, oh, and some people have subscribed to your channel and they also told their friends to subscribe. And when they get pissed with you, the first thing they do to make it hurt you is call those their friends, like, oh boy, I'll subscribe to that guy channel. You understand? That guy an idiot. They say all sort of things just because probably you didn't respond to them the way they want, or sometimes again, some of the ones who have like they're specialists in blackmailing. They come to your DM and they ask you for money, and you say, oh, but I don't get to. And then the next comment is, after we subscribe to your channel, you not get money, Abi. Don't worry now. We will see. I go unsubscribe to that your channel. And these are the same people who used to comment to you and say, oh, you're doing a good job, you're best, you're this, you're that. They're asking for money and you say you don't have. And honest to God, you don't really have. Like, day or error, ego error. But hey, they're not a year. And I agree with you guys. Today is supposed to be pidgin English, right? But it's an exception to the rule. So, but you just like you can just turn up and say, okay, let's say currently now we have 14,960. You just turn it and you say, like 20 people don't come out. Who did I offend again? What did I? You start checking your mind, man. This content creating thing, it's crazy. When I was working terrestrial radio, what it concern me? I know that if I go on air, the same group of people will come. The late Marcel will call with excitement. Joe Baba will call with the bad English. Mark Bernard will call with the ITK. Everybody will call and say the things that they want to say. It's fun. I know what to expect. I know how it goes. Every single day, it's going to be like that. But with this one, it says Sabino Day. If you like, may your name be Sabinus. The same people will hail you today. Will you to be like Jesus' life? Hosanna, Hosanna, Hosanna this weekend. Next weekend, crucify, crucify, crucify. That's the way it works. So you got to like be able to say, you know what? You now have to develop a thick skin and say, you know what? I'm just gonna do the things that I do, and let those who appreciate it appreciate it. Those who don't like it, there's nothing I can do about it. That's the mentality you take to the show. If not, you just go and be having high blood pressure. But having said that, so wake up, check up the numbers. We called my family, put a call to my family because my kids are going to go to school, so I have to pretty call early, video call, give them high five, give them keys, ask them how their night was. The normal daddy children thing, and then they're done. Then my wife is running around doing food, doing breakfast, so you can't talk to her at that moment. They drop the phone, and then you wait again. You go back, check your crew, your team, go check your photographer, Jamila Dilache. Are you okay? How was your night? I mean, leadership, you have to do it. Yeah, you kind of sound like you're repeating yourself, but you have to do it. Oh, how was your night? I hope you're okay. Have you called your mom? Have you called your girlfriend? Have you, your fiancé, because it's engaged now? Have you called your fiancé? What's it? What's the plan? What do you have today? Last night, I mean, what happened? Did the food you eat go down well? And then you go to your producer, Kalajaye, Ava, what's up? Have you called your parents? Have you called your friends? Have you, reached out to your babe? Like, blah, blah, blah. You do all that. And then you come back to the work, the itinerary. It's like, okay, guy, today, like yesterday, today, they are going to have the press conference in the evening. We're going to only have 15 minutes to be to watch South Africa play, prepare for their training. I'm also going to have 15 minutes for the Super Eagles. Please make sure you don't find yourself in a place where the security of the Super Eagles have to not come and embarrass you. Once they say 15 minutes is up, but you don't even wait for 15 minutes to be up. That's why I tell my team, don't wait for 15 minutes to be up. Whatever you do, time yourself for 10, 12, or 13 minutes. Once you get to that time, start packing up and start leaving. It's better for them to notice you that this guy, they always even wait for that time. You do your thing and you get it done. They are not telling you to go. You make because you set up. They're not telling you to go, they go. And then other person gets them pissed off, and then they not transfer the aggression on you. So it's okay, boss, no problem. We'll try our best and do that one. So once we get past that one, it's now breakfast. What do we eat? So yesterday, I was tired of going to eat the rice that we normally eat, rice, plantain, fish, and meat, and all that stuff. I wanted to eat my English breakfast because every once in a while I get to eat that one at home, and I was missing it again. I was missing my Mrs. Sedafe's tea and all that. So I asked the hotel to give us quicker oats. They say they don't have the. So as a matter of fact, somebody, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, yes, NEPA is doing what NEPA normally does, okay, but the hotel want their generator. So like I was saying, I black oh. I light they make me look like say yellow. I black. Oh. Jesus Christ. I be like burnt off free. Jesus. So I be like picky what it is juju. I can't really walk like this. Like if this is how I look in real life, like this is how I live. And they come now like this, they see me. Well, I get some people for football with the dark like this. So in the FA, them okay. I'm back. I don't establish. Okay. Okay. So when I asked for Quaker oats and scrambled egg and hot dog, which is normal, like English breakfast, right? And bread. Hotel people say they don't get. First, they don't have. I said, okay, can't you go and buy? I will pay you. They said, no, they don't have. I said, okay, so what do I eat? Well, I said, there is eba. I said, I've not eaten eba in 27 years, so forget about it. Long story short, they did not. So the driver, normally when we go for games like this, when we go to another city, I don't like getting driver every day because too many people knowing about you is a risk. Okay. I rather take the risk of one person knowing about me, whatever he plans, I can survive that one. So I get like two drivers, two. One is always on backup, but then the main one. So this guy I've worked with us since, and I called him. I just called him and I said, please, can you give the phone to your wife? And he gave the phone to the wife. And I said, madam, please, we need quicker oats, we need hot dog and scrambled egg. Is it possible for you to do it? We'll pay for it, right? And she said yes. And I said, how long will it take? She said 1 hour. And truly, was the whole time I was doing my show that was happening. After the show, before the show, and you remember yesterday when he was calling me during the show, Quaker oats, bread, very soft bread, soft yeasty bread, and hot dog for everybody. We also had other journalists that joined us, so I could make it for everybody, and it was nice. It was nice. So that was our breakfast. After that, we went out into town. Yesterday, they was doing the Swan selected, the Swan All-Star, and the Swan, the indigenous Swan from this place, and they went to play a game. I'm not part of Swan, so I told them no. I'm not even bothered to go play. I don't travel with football boots. Every time there's a match that goes on, but I mean, I'm not going to be part of it. So I just told them no, I'm not playing. The last time I tried to do that was in 2017 in Kano, and I didn't like how it ended. Some people just take this football too serious sometimes. It's supposed to be a novelty game, and then game finished, people start insulting each other. My mother say head the big pass conk. Not be every head the conk. So I don't put myself in that space. If I want to play ball, I know where to go and play ball. I have Island All Star, I have MFC, I have Lagoon FC. That I keep my membership there, and it comes with massive respect. So I didn't go, but I sublet my photographer to go them and do some photo shoot and all that. And then he came. By the time he was coming back, it was already time for us to go. So in the afternoon, I think I ate Idikan Kong. Yes, I found with Idikan Kong, yeah, with Pando Yam. But the Pando Yam was different. The yam was like fufu, was different. It had a different feel, like different. Here they don't do pando. They pound it like they have a machine that pans it. Everywhere we've gone, they pound the yam directly, which is good anyway. It's like I was in Auchi or in Ekpoma, where it was good, right? So in the evening, we went to the stadium. We got our accreditation for the match, and what's it called? Fast Tribe had asked me to feature on that match preview, and we're able to do all that, do the press conference, watch the training, and then we came back and we did it. It was a bit different from what I'm used to. It was a bit off me. I think I just find myself different from the energy that they have, so I don't fit into that crowd. I'm the odd one out. I'm a disgrace to their circle, their kind of vibe. I don't fit into it because I just could tell myself that, oh, Edafe, you are just shit. Yeah, you're an idiot. You not even feel just give like this guy, and that hard tackle energy that I used to have. That's what I saw there. And if you ask me, hard tackle is one of the worst show I ever did in my life. So I was running away from that kind of energy every time. I'm running away from that kind of energy, but that's the kind of vibe I see. And those guys are very good. They're very good at the playfulness, the things. And I found out that almost all of them are Port Harcourt boys. It was just beautiful. It was a nice experience to go there, and then also meet with other journalists. If you go for match, one of the good things with going for match is that you see majority of people who are on Twitter trying to be rude not coming. You know them, but you pretend like you don't know them. Not coming. Ah, baba, baba, baba. And like, okay, this person, this is that person. But you just move on, because it's exciting sometimes, right? So that's the way it works. But hey, it is what it is. So that's how the whole thing went. I saw Iguavon. So yeah, Maduka saw me. We saw in Portugal, right? And he saw me just came and give me a very big shake. If you watch the video of the final day training, you see the shake there. But then part of what you don't see was how he said, "Oh, like you say you're traveling around like Omar, right?" I said, "Well, maybe." But I'm not on Omar's level. Omar travels way, way more than I do. And he laughs. He's like, that's why he's your brother. Marika is crazy. Kind of like him anyway, but I don't think it's going to start today. I mean, it will be a sin with travesty if it starts today. But I like the fact that he's bouncing back in good time. It's going to give Wambali fight a run for his shirt. He's going to give him a run for his shirt. Eventually, might take the number one, but that means that Wambali needs to keep putting up a good show every single day, which is good for the Super Eagles because it now means that it's not when somebody will consider go and come and tell us if he is a make or you sign you. You understand? So you look at that and you tell yourself that come on, it's good for the Eagles. Now we not need that kind of competition in midfield, in creative midfield. I think we have good competition in attack. We also need that kind of competition in defense. So that was how it went. We now came back. When we came back, I think my crew they went to go get food from Kilimanjaro. I'd already eaten the afternoon, so there was no need for me to eat in the evening anymore. It was going to be too late to eat. So that's how I played music. I have this premium subscription from YouTube, so it allows me to play music of my choice, country music in the morning or in the night, and R&B and all that. My kind of music. So that was the day. Then this morning again, I pretty much woke up a little bit late. I woke up a little bit late because I was while the music was playing late in the night yesterday. I was chatting with my wife, sorting out some issues at home, domestic issues, plumbing issues, and all that. Generator fuel issues. So I was calling my boy, say you go tomorrow morning, go and buy fuel, go and do some sort. Because you're not gonna put your wife through that whole stress of going to hustle for fuel or go and fix a problem or one generator is not working, and then I call my generator repairer. My generator repairer stays in Ikorodu. So that's all that about that. So today the plan is after this show now, I eat breakfast, I stay, read the few books that I came with, read. They're under this computer right now. Read, continue to read, press my phone. I be phone presser. Press my phone till today is Friday. So my kids, when they come back from school, they obviously will not be giving their phone. They don't use their phone weekdays apart from Friday after school and then Saturday and Sunday. After that, they keep it in the box. Okay, so I'll be dealing with plenty chats even when the match is going on. My daughter, especially that one, and then my little boy, my soon to be 5-year-old boy, that one would chat me, write jiggy jagga things that I don't understand the meaning, but he likes to send voice note more. So he will send me a lot of voice note and a lot of video speaking gibberish, talking upside down, but I enjoy them. Okay, it's fun. And then my big boy, now that one is coming. You just tell me, hey, daddy, hope you have a great day. I hope your weekend goes well. I hope you get what you went to Yo for, and see you soon when you're coming back. That's just it. My daughter is shopping. Hey, daddy, please, if you're coming, you're buying me this book. I want this book. Oh. Buy me this book, Diary of this one. If you whippy kid, another episode. There's another book again. There's a whole lot of books that she's doing, and then sketchbook. She likes to sketch a lot. So that's how that will go. Okay, so let's come to you guys and your comment. I don't think that there's anything I have missed in all of that. I don't want to talk about European football today. So the question is, how would you select your team, and what would the scoreline be? It's a very simple, straight one. And which player do you think would give us a hit? Like would hit the ground running and be the star player, the star boy? There's no Victor Osimhen in this game. There is no. I'm not sure Maduka Okoye will start. I don't know how anything will do with the midfield because come on, Lookman and Alex Iwobi came in very, very late. I'll be shocked if he starts, if any of the two of them start. But hey, I'm not the coach, so my opinion is useless. It's not important. So let's go to your comment and let's see. My brother is here today. Patrick, hey, Romana, how you doing, Pastor? Right on, Pastor. So Olatunji Emmanuel say you look stressed. I am. I'm really, really stressed. I'm stressed. When you're not sleeping on your bed, see, you see that bed behind me. It look comfortable, but it's not my bed. And then my bed is twice the size of that one, so I can play. And then I'm not my kids. Nobody's coming to jump on my body early, very very early morning. Wakey wakey. I'm not hearing wakey wakey. So I'm stressed in that regard. And then I'm moving. And then when you're here, the only thing you do when you go for a good game, the only thing you're doing is you are spending. You're not earning. You're spending in big trenches, and then you're also spending at home. Even though you're not home, you're also spending. So at some point when it gets to like day 10 or day 7, you start feeling the heat. And I've gotten to day 10 already, so the heat is really high. I'm feeling the heat right now. My account don't dry. Yeah, my account is as dried as the sands of the desert. This is the point where you say send money, but who do you even call to send you money? There's nobody to call to send you money. So you just spending your money and mind your business like that. But anyhow, we take it away. It's thank God that we've already bought tickets, return tickets. So it's not a problem. And people say we should go by road. Listen, not be pride or not be arrogance. To go 12 hours by road. First off, this is my left leg. This is my robotic leg. It go swell up. If I want, I tell them say if I want to go by road, I could go from here to Port Harcourt, spend one night. From Port Harcourt to Warri, spend like 2 nights, because if I reach Warri, I want to you go see area, spend like 2 nights, and then I will from Warri go Lagos, or probably the second night in Warri, I might just go to Benin, but that means I have to pay another hotel, which is not really good. So that now just the way my own wakafi be like that. Not be pride. Now just say my leg no go alarm. I'm not fit for that long. Okay, that's the reason why. Going to Ghana from Lagos was an experience that I just wanted to have, and that's the reason why we paid for like 4 extra seats so that I can stretch my leg and play around. So it's not pride; it's just what it is. So let's come to your comment section and see what's going on. Kenny Daniel say good analysis, sir. Thank you very much. Kenny Daniel wanted to say Super Eagles always edge South Africa. No, we don't always edge them. That's not true. That's not true. I predicted Nigeria 4, South Africa 1. The Olarawaju say Nigeria is on the match again. MKO is our man. Oh, sorry. I thought you were taking us back to SAP days. That's how they used to. If you hear on the match again, that's the thing that first comes to your mind. MKO for older people. All the younger people don't know what they talk now. But the older people know exactly what I am saying right at the back, right about now. Nah. You understand what I'm saying? I don't like play. God help me. Let me be serious for once. I'll be very serious person, no. But just in my seriousness, I see the play. Olafa say good morning, boss. It's match day and go Super Eagles. Emmanuel Obayoje says, I love watching you talk, my great analyst. We love your analysis as always. Thank you very much. Thompson Duruji. It's been a while. What time is the game, please? The game is 8 p.m. 8 p.m. Oh, 8 p.m. Oh, what time imagine now? 8 p.m. Oh. Hey, Olafat says my prediction is Nigeria 3, South Africa 0. The home base players showcasing themselves. I also expected that. I predicted that, and I hope that happened. But might be 2-1 too, because these South Africans, they're very mobile and they are good on the ball. Hard to shake them off, and all the super disky kind of play is hard. But I pray for 3-0. 3-0 just to boost confidence and make us go and play Benin Republic. Benin Republic game is not going to be easy. Let's sit down here and think it's going to be easy. South African game might be easier than the Benin Republic game. Gonna throw. Unfortunately, I don't have money to fly to Cote d'Ivoire. I would have loved to go to Cote d'Ivoire. Go and see my friend, my very good friend, Gonna Draw. I've not met Gonna Draw one-on-one, like one-on-one, since we started knowing each other, but we've talked on the phone all the time. This God, life get as it be. 69 football say Wambali will be lit. Boniface, hopefully. Lookman, hopefully, will be lit as well. Scoreline 3-0, Nigeria win. I like that. Car CFC say Nigeria 2, South Africa 1. The Lara just say, honestly, I am even afraid to even predict. And the funny thing, in the press conference, the South African coach, Ugo Bruce said they are not under pressure. It's Nigeria that is under pressure. It's not them. It's like you're arrogancing yourself. Hey, your arrogance is not your, but hey, it is what it is. Emmanuel Abayoje says Nigeria 3, South Africa 1. Jeremiah Ehirim says, Jeremiah, where have you been? He said, I want Nigeria to win, but it will be a draw. Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Onani Kuo. Brother man, why now? Why you do this to me? Oh, why you doing this to me? All I've say my starting 11 is on a 4-3-3 diet. Sorry, on a 4-3-3 formation. On a coding diet. On a coding diet. Who? Somebody sit and write that song, Sha. Somebody sit down, right? And so, okay, that's yeah, on a coding diet. Hey, now, wow. I want to go. All these people go old. They'll cause them they play old school of their song, and now they don't get sense. They don't mature. They'll call they play on a coding diet. Or soapy, soapy. Ah, Jesus Christ. Now, wow. It's saying now 433. Not be information. Affirmation. It should be information. 433 formation. Wambali go, Basi, Ajayi, Tenimu, and Ismail. Okay. I doubt if that's good. That would be in the starting lineup, sure. I doubt. But there are like 3 people in this year starting lineup that might be there in the defense. Obviously, the goal one is correct. Midfield, you have Wilfred Ndidi, Onyedikachi, and Alasan. Okay. Yeah. And then up front is Boniface, Murphy, and Lukman. You see, there is a crisis that I think would erupt from these 2 games. If Vinidi no start Kelechi Iheanacho, the guy will be like, what else do I need to do? What else do I need to do to earn a starting place? I come to camp early. I train. I prepare. And then people come late to stand ahead of me. I'm always thinking from a football perspective. I've been a football player. And I believe that what makes you start, especially when you're talented, what makes you start is if you can show commitment, dedication to the cause, you come to camp early, you do all the training that they ask you to do, you put yourself in, and you do all the things that you do, and now you're a nice senior player. Okay, you're not even a young player anymore. You're not a senior player. You just had a great season where your team gained promotion, and then you come to the Super Eagles camp, and then people who come in late start ahead of you. There's a way it does to your psyche, your psychology. Like, man, is it that they hate me or something is wrong or I know how I play ball? That's the feeling. But I hope everything go well. Tosin Lima, this is Una, good morning. As Benin and Rwanda now, it go make the group more open. Tosin Lima, they say make Eagles win, make we top the group. The Olaro, you say Oga, the that's bandwagon on subscription movement. It happens all the time. It happens, like it's happened to me many times. Somebody don't ask me to help them do something, and it wasn't something that it's very, very out of my character. It's not something that I like to do, and I said I'm not going to do it. And there was a time, like previously, like 2 years before, where he kind of like take everybody's phone in his office and got them to subscribe to my channel. And it's about 115 people that he got to subscribe. Like as they subscribe, they send me the screenshot, say, get me this one. I was happy. It's nice, right? He got everybody to unsubscribe. Everybody to unsubscribe. But what he wanted me to do was not right. So his company, inside, that was when we were preparing for the World Cup qualifiers against Ghana. And he sent me a message at the time that somebody also did it recently, this trip that I'm in you. And he sent me a message that I should get some very good photos of Super Eagles players and then do some interviews and send them to him. He will push to his company's social media team and they will use them like, supporting the Super Eagles, blah, blah, blah. And I said, you're an insurance company. You're a big brand, bros, the way this thing they go, and you're supposed to know because you are a corporate person. You've worked in bank, you've worked in oil company, now you're an insurance company, so you should know. You've also worked abroad. I mean, I was very polite with him. If you do, you need to have like a partnership with the NFF to be able to do that, because even if you do it, if the NFF see it, they can sue you. The legal department can sue you, and then the players too can also sue you for using their image without permission. And you know how these things work. The codec of the video, the metadata of the pictures. Eventually, if this thing go court, he go come down and say, "Na me send them to now." Because the thing about court is investigation can't go out. Now me send them. Then and I become an espionage, a corporate spy, coming to the Super Eagles, and nobody could believe at that time. Say you not give me money. I don't have out of friendship. I say, one, it is illegal. Two, it's against the ethics that I practice. Okay. I mean, as a friend, you're supposed to understand. Man, this guy said, he just told me, but when I take my friend their phone to subscribe to your YouTube channel, it wasn't against the ethics of my practice and my job. It wasn't illegal, right? To evade other people's space. And God, to God who made me, like he was showing me, go subscribe, he go snap and send me, go unsubscribe, go snap and send. See, this life, it good sometimes. Say me you grow up in toughness. Now, waiting my children go miss. Like it didn't bother me. I know that humans can be like that. So, being petty, you know, since what in North Korea do South Korea where they pack shit put for balloon, dump them. So, being petty is the greatest element of human. So I just look at him like, no problem. We go. So you go from, oh, you are over this, and then you go like 168 people out of your channel, and then like it was really extreme. Like other people outside his company place, whether he work where he has, like if you meet somebody who you subscribe to this guy channel, maybe you just start conversation or subscribe to the guy, or subscribe the guy an idiot. Somebody will come and say, I want you to do this, bro. This guy is really angry with you. I not still fit tell the people like this what you see what on our guy want to. I just moved on like that. But the number said they go up now. You don't understand. God go bless, God go bless. Forget. Just keep working hard. That's how the thing just be. Precious Edu say, as for me, any score line that comes out with a win for us is okay for me. Secondly, we would be cautious of South Africa long ball. Ekong isn't there, so someone has to watch out for it. I hope so. And that's a very very good advice. So I hope we watch out for it. Okay, Demola Abiodun Ibrahim says one Bali, the Remo guy at right back, Ajayi Tenemu Basi, Ndidi Onyeka, Iwobi, Lukman Boniface, and Ian Acho in a 4-3-3 formation. Okay. Olafa says Nigeria just happened just now. But no, they don't 100. Patrick Romana says light, no day your room. I know. They don't bring the lights. Calm down. Your blood to the heart. Man of God. Man of God. Jagoda man of God. Jagoda man of God with that. The Green Perspective says darkness. Ha 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 ha. Chris LM say drawing or losing this match will be a disaster for Finidi and Nigerian as a whole. I predict 3-0 win for the Super Eagles. Tosilema say, Omo, I come they miss agege bread as you mentioned soft bread. The bread that they bring yesterday soft. I can't even say why I not tell them they bring a carajona. But the bread was soft. It was poko bread, very soft. Like today bread. Like just straight out for Lagos, get one place Figo supermarket that they do the bread there for the supermarket. So I always time and the time they do the bread. I'm not saying and that time when bread they hot. I used to work in the bakery. But I was bread in number 9 Oakwood Street, back in the day. But that place come become mechanic. Later, Assemblies of God come by the land. And I do I get the bakery. Oh God. To work for bakery, it gets the advantage. You forget, you can never be hungry. Now, when you work for bakery, you go understand. I am the bread of life. You will understand it. Oh God, just buy your sardine keep or buy your butter keep. Butter, there's always butter, but not be that industrial butter. You buy your blue band keep for corner. You get why? I see the whole to go they come aside like this. Oh God, Father Lord. Unto the hand, I commit my spirit. Hey, he's coming home. And the is coming home with that too. Hey, Olafa said, sorry, boss. What SWAN? Sports Writers Association of Nigeria. SWAN. Sports Writers Association of Nigeria. Tosilema, this says, Olafa SWAN is Sports Writers Association of Nigeria. Okay, they don't even explain. Give them. Digital Lavama say 15K subscribers loading. Congratulations. Thank you, bros. Thank you. I'm feeling it too. I'm seeing it. I hopefully we get to 15K before I come up for you. So I know that this trip I gained 400 subscribers. I didn't get as much views of the content that I was hoping for. Okay, so somebody just sent me a message on WhatsApp and he said, Edafe, do you script your questions before asking them, or you just go with the flow? And what was the thought process behind the Semi Ajayi interview? Seem very, very different from what we're used to from many journalists. And why take the risk of not asking questions around the Super Eagles game when you know that could just be a lot more viral because of the game at hand? Well, I think that once we were told that we have only 15 minutes with the players, I told my team, I told them that look, we're going to take a risk, a risk that will not pay us, but let's do it. That 90%, because of the time, 90% of the journalists here will not interview the MPFL players, the unknown players. Okay. That we should go and interview them. I say we should put them aside. Sadiq, Tenemu, all those guys, the guy in Turkey. I say bring them and let's interview them. And I remember my photographer saying, bros, You spend all this money to do unknown. Why not get Rave of the Moment, Victor Boniface, get the big players, Juan Bali that everybody loves. And I said to them that listen, yeah, that's what everybody expects, and that's what every other person is going to do. So we're going to be dragging traction with everybody. Why not tell ourselves that okay, this one we just might not get it. And then again, another player that a lot of people have not interviewed is Semi Ajayi. He kind of like keeps to himself a lot. Okay, is this shy guy, calm. As I was in Portugal. Again, one of the things I've done with Super Eagles is sometimes I come to camp and I'm not doing interview. I'm just doing behind the scene or BTS or B rolls, and then I go. I see them, greet them, hi hi, and I move on. It's called subliminal marketing. So you keep putting your face in their faces without being aggressive. So a time is going to come where you say, okay, hey guy, I want to have a conversation with you. And they look at you like, okay, this guy was in Portugal, this guy was in Uyo, this guy was in Abuja, this guy was in Ghana, this guy was with us everywhere, and he's never asked me for interview. Let me hear what he's gonna say. And in that moment, you need to be able to again interviews come in different way. Interviews is like toasting a woman. Your introduction have to be good to capture attention. If not, she could just eat and walk and leave you, right? And these players, you have 15 minutes. You bring in a player. I've already done the MPFA players, the guy in Turkey, and I had like 3 minutes when I was bringing him because they were outside. I was the only one who had the space. I had to pay to use the inside. If you look at all the other interviews that came out of this place, it was only my own that was inside because I wanted the ambience. I wanted the feel. I don't want first off when I'm doing my interviews, I'm shooting like I'm doing a film because it's an opportunity for me to market myself. People watch it. There are those who will comment. There are those who will like. There are those who watch and not comment. There are business stress who watching us like, what the hell is this guy doing? Why is it? I want to give a cinematographic feel. So I've not interviewed Semi before. We're not really like I won't use the word we're friends, but we've seen each other. We'll snap pictures. We'll talk. We've had time, but we've not built friendship, right? So when I went to him and I said I want to interview him, he laughed. He smiled. So that was first of all camp. And then there were like 20 people who were just there to take selfies. That's the part that I don't like. When we're doing media party, some people now come with their girlfriends, their group of friends, and bring them, and then they are taking pictures. And we have only 15 minutes. We have to also wait. And then some other guys come in, AIT channels and the rest, and one other guy was asking him question all of a sudden. And it was supposed to be like 5 minutes. And before you know it, those guys took like 10 minutes. So now I had only 3 minutes remaining. And I told him, let's go. And he was like, no, he's tired. He doesn't want to do anything under the sun anymore. I said, I told him, I know, we're not doing my interview under the sun. It's inside and the AC is on and all that. So they let you use inside. I said, yeah, I paid the manager to allow me use inside and reduce the house music for me within the time that is permitted. I said, okay, let's go in. So if you listen to that interview well, you'll be hearing jazz music of Kenny G. So long and short, we agreed and he sat down. And in my head, I was like, what do I ask this guy? Because there's no personal report. If I interview Ojo Egalo or Kenneth Omerua or Ahmed Musa or Sadiq, we can play. I can ask them yeah questions, useless questions. They're my guys, right? But this guy is not my guy. Okay, he also didn't grow up in Nigeria. So you have to, in psychology, you have to think like, how do I capture these guys? How do I keep him stayed and interested? As we're walking from the poolside to the indoor, we'd already start talking. I started asking him about, I mean, what I was growing up like, in the UK, in the UK, they use the word the flats. When you grow up in the flats, it's like apartment building, like 1004. But in Nigeria, when you grow up in that kind of place, like you be a Jabota, it's good life. I said, so how did it feel like when you know that growing up in the flat in the UK represent poverty, hard life, and then growing up in the flat in Nigeria represent comfort, like bourgeoisie, ajabota kind of lifestyle? And he laughed, and I said, "Okay, good. This is where I'm going to start, and then I'll take it through his academic. I know that his mom is headmistress. I know that his family is academically inclined, and most times those people don't, really want their children to play football. They are not poor. It's not from a poor home, but it's very comfortable family. So that's where I decided to take it to, and I wanted to know, his investment portfolio, his thought about businesses, his kind of support group, his team, and all that. Because sometimes again, these players get bored when the question is always around football. What are you going to do for the match? If you play center back, how are you going to market Pesitao or this one or that one? Come on, football is instinctive. Some of the things that you say you would do in game, the game situation does not arise like that. So I already know. And if I'm an ex-footballer, I should be asking questions that doesn't make you look stupid. So that was the thought process behind that. Again, it's a split second decision. You have to like think, okay, This guy is a very eloquent person. He's intelligent. You have to ask intelligent question. Some other players, like when I interviewed the MPFA player, this is not shading them, but I know that an MPFA player struggles with communication. I'm not going to ask complicated question where you be thinking, like, yeah, did I hear you well? And then he's struggling to answer. Because again, let's not forget that as an interviewer, your job is to make the person you interview look good. If it's a political interview, your job is to make them look stupid. It is their own business to use their answer to show that they're not stupid. But this is football, okay? And it's a marketing brand. So you cannot just make them look stupid. You cannot put them in a place where you go and ask them a question where they not do or at the top kind of response, and then they are very, very stupid. And then that lasts for the rest of their career, psychologically affect them. And then it's leading up to a game. I mean, imagine embarrassing them leading up to a game, and then the game they have a very shaky game because now people are on social media bashing them already for the kind of answers they gave and all that. So you have to plan it. It's like when I was in Ghana, people saw that interview when I asked Borodudu the question about menstrual period, and some people were bashing me. Listen, what you don't know was that I called her and I told her what I want to ask. Now this is going to be the question. How you answer it is fine, but I'm going to tell you, if you answer it wrong the way that is not good for you, I will not put it out. But just answer it well so that you shine with it, okay? And I'm okay with looking stupid. But what people don't get was that question, almost every sport journalist is asking the question behind the scene. Almost everybody. How do women handle menstrual period during competition or during games, right? And I just needed to ask it. And I'm still going to ask maybe the footballers when I interview Asisa Toshola or maybe, there's a sit down between on maybe that's going to come. Now, the reason for all of this is sometimes the normal, what were you thinking when you score that goal, when you make that pass? It's good, it's not bad, but it's not becoming too monotonous. So you have to think outside of the box. That's the rationale behind that. And again, players, you need to not find out, okay, you also need to put players out there in a position where people who always think that every footballer is a dropout, is not academically inclined, they don't get sense, they don't know book. You have to also shut that conversation because I put that out, people are like, oh man, this guy is brilliant, he's intelligent. Oh, they don't have an understanding of business. I like the way he answered that question about tech, that he will not invest in something that he doesn't know about, have good knowledge about. Now that's fine. For me, that's a win. If I live with you, I'll tell you that I've been able to put a conversation out there that other people would take from. Because even journalists are not telling me, I like the way you ask that question. You just give me a reason to think, okay, this is how I'll be asking some questions. So I'm fine. I'm fine. But then there are people who still don't like it. Asking questions about defense, about playing with along this through second or playing around Kenneth Mero. My brother and sisters, when you reach your time to interview them, ask them those questions. Olafa say, I had a rumor that Inter Milan are looking at Okoye progress. What do you think? Should he take the deal if it comes looking at it that Summer was on loan to Inter and will return to Bayern? I think he should take it. Inter is a big club. You don't know what Udinese will do next season, if they will go relegation, if they will stay up. He should take it because exposure to the kind of facilities that they have, the kind of coaches that they have, the players that they will be playing with is very big. And then beyond that, is a young goalkeeper. Marika Okoye is not old, like he's retiring, his career is ending tomorrow. He's a young goalkeeper. If he plays in that system, go through it over time, he would become a number one. Who would have thought that Wojciech Szczesny would be Juventus number one over a very long period of time, winning all the titles that he won with them? The thing is, these big deals don't always come. And if you have the kind of good season you have with Udinese, who knows if you repeat it? Because Udinese is a selling club, right? If they sell the defensive players and the midfielders that make you solid, and then next season the defense is not that good, the midfield is not that good, you goalkeeper go only save the ball when you see, and then you're shipping it like basket. That sales opportunity is gone. So if the opportunity is real, I've also heard the rumor. I've heard from Omar Katugba. It seems like something concrete is there, but let's wait and see. If the deal becomes very serious, I would say take the deal. Okay, Inter Milan is 2 steps away from any of the big club in the world, whether it's Juventus, whether it's AC Milan, whether it's Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, Manchester United, Man City, or the rest of it. But Udinese is still million miles away. So if the opportunity comes, he should take it. Like, he's got everything to be at the very, very top, and then the pay would also be way, way, way better. So I think you should take it. Adewale Saka say just here to click the like button as appreciation for the good work. Thank you very much, my brother. I really appreciate that one. Olafa say the star player should be definitely Wilfred Ndidi today. I really hope to see Wilfred Ndidi put up a performance that everybody will remember. I think that Wilfred Ndidi is that good. It's just that sometimes we've not really seen him light up the Super Eagles like I've seen him do for Leicester in different game. But hey, it is what it is. Demola Abiodi Brian say Madu can really try for Udinese this past season. I wish he gets a big move soon. Arole Ayodeji says any win is good for me. Not having Osimhen may be a blessing in disguise. Time for Boniface to shine. I said that thing yesterday. Nasri Orela first says, did you forget it's a pigeon day? No, I did not forget. I did not forget. I said it earlier on. I did not forget. I just felt like it's match day and let's go with the flow for that energy. When I'm in the studio, that the studio affords me the opportunity to put in a few things. See, Pigeon English comes with a lot of vibes, and you need all of those vibes to get it going. So that's the reason why I did not forget that this guy is who I will call my master in this job. Like the one person, first friend I made in Lagos, like since 2003, and it's been consistently massive support for this brand. Like, so if you say there's one person who I will call a director, a pseudo director of this company, that's the guy. Nasri, thank you very much for all the support that you give us, all the reasons why our lights are always on and our internet is running. Thank you very much. I appreciate. I don't know what part of the world you are in right now because this is your globe trotting now. I don't know, and he's a diehard Juventus fan, but it's everywhere. It's just everywhere. Like he's been to more stadium than I have been. No, but he's been to quite a lot of stadium anyway. But I'm not sure if he's been to more stadium than I have been. But he's been to quite a lot of stadiums. Yeah. Tosin they say MKO progress. Tosin say good old days. And then Jalara say I am even more worried about our away game against Republic and South Africa. That's small. We will say, go on, win this office. Leave the away game. Leave the away game. Make the away game the wait. Make it cook the wait. This one, let us win this one first. Emmanuel Abayo just says, my lineup, Wambali, Kenneth, okay, Kenneth, Sami Ajayi, Basi, Igboke, Alasan, the Ihanacho, Boniface, Murphy, Lookman. That look good. And then said, Thompson Durridge says, thanks, bros. Now walk, they take my time. Now Brighton and Hove, I currently the return to London on Sunday. When you enter London, I beg, make I take you go lunch. I definitely will let you know if I'm coming. So there is a plan. Let me just lay that out. There's a plan. Like me, my producer, and my photographer, we're working on this plan where we will do a 6 weeks or 2 months European tour, interview retired players that are based in Europe and talk to current players. We're working on it, but yeah, we drew the budget the other day. It was about 30 million naira. So I hate to use the word 30 million naira, so I said 30,000 that way. So we don't have it now, but that's the plan. And I work well with the plan. Once I get the plan done, and then I start running around and start seeing how it will happen. And most times it does happen. So sometimes it doesn't, but most times it does happen. I think it's one of those things that I want to see again because the channel, to be very honest, at the beginning this thing was a joke. Like just do it and just go on. But the channel have reached a place now where it's no longer a joke. It has come to stay, and especially when you go out like this and you hear young people say, bros, what you do is inspiring us, it's making us do better. You've cleaned up our act. The quality of the video you put out has made us also raise the bar. We demand for more and we want to do more. We demand more from ourselves. All that. It makes me feel very happy. It makes me feel like, okay, these young people are looking up to me. Like Ali Baba told me before that, bro, if you want to do this thing, do it well. If you don't want to do it, come off for road, make another person come up. So I'm in that place now where I need to start keeping setting standard. Even just this camp that we did, and they were like, "Oh, bros, you did the inside the studio, inside the hotel with the light and the effect, the way you shot it. I mean, it's the same camera that I have that they have. It's just how you use it. And then I think I have a very good producer who listens because sometimes you see that you take them through a lot of videos online and say, guy, look at this. How did they make this? What camera did they use? Find out if it is what we have. If it is not what we have, how can we use what we have to achieve it? Because again, you can have a tool that is very powerful, but you don't know how to use it, becomes a problem. If you look our shot before the feed of depth, you would still see people walking behind you, will be seeing them, you can recognize them. And I said, no, we have to find a way to blur it and make the guy we're interviewing the center. Again, if you listen to the interview, my voice, I deliberately did not use a mic, right? because sometimes people focus on me than they focus on the guy that I'm interviewing, and that's the guy that I want everybody to focus on. It's hard anyway to figure these things out because there's no manual. You're just learning on the go. You watch something on Sky Sports, you watch something on the Zone, you watch something on Amazon, and like, okay, how can I achieve this or how can I beat this? And that's the competition you have now. It's no longer, oh, NTA, oh, I'm better than NTA or Silverbird or AIT or Channel Television. Okay, how can I achieve this with what I have? Okay, what equipment did they use? Okay, we don't have that one, I can't afford it. But with what I have, how can I go side by side and stand next to them? And most times when I see my work now, and they could compete favorably with Sky Sports and the rest of them. That's the joy that I get from doing what I'm doing. So we have that plan to come, Thompson. So I'll let you know. Everybody, you will know when time comes. Precious Area, I say I'm glad that the person you both sign, not anywhere near that camp. Francis Uzoho. John Omona, he says, I think Nigeria will win 3-1. We are even underrating our players. I agree that Benin may be tougher. Boniface, Lukman, and Terry Murphy against South Africa is too much. Nigeria has a stronger team. Yes, that's the way it feels until match day. The question is who will supply them the pass, because all of those teams that you talk, all of those players that you mentioned, they need the supply. Who will supply them? Olafa to say, yes, boss. I saw the partnership stuff on your Twitter page when you were asking the person if they had a partnership with the national. That one on Twitter that you saw is another one. I'm talking of some years ago. This one is another new one. This I never bother answer this one because I've already dealt to that. Christopher Martin say Nigeria to win 1-0. Make we get 3 points. Additional Afuma say this is why Nigeria is where it is. When I tell people that the value system back home is why Nigeria is this bad, it is a systemic issue. You talk truth to even your family, you become public enemy number one. That's true. Tosilema, they say, I beg, the soft bread talk, he don't do. No, but the bread was soft now. I'm just telling you the feel of what I eat. Not beside the one pepper you, just that the bread was very, very soft. It's soft like today bread. Like, man, very, very, it enter where like the Lord was good. This is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. And that kind of bread. Jeremiah Ahirim say, I still follow the channel, boss. I watch after work sometimes. Okay, thank you very much for that. Additional Mama says, your fashion, your interview question based on the personalities, you do a lot of research on the players and you know how to make the difference. Keep it up, Elegbete. You are doing great to Nigeria football. Thank you very much. I really appreciate. Arole Ayodeji say you still believe we won't make it to the World Cup. I didn't say we won't make it. I said we might not make it. The action word there is might, and nothing has changed in that conversation yet. Tarid Wahab says, good morning to you. Jeremiah Harry say, what do you think about the England 26-man squad with Maguire, Grealish, and Madison excluded, with 4 players from Crystal Palace included? Now, Grealish and Maguire not going is not a problem for me. But Grealish and Madison that was dropped is shocking. So Grealish is not really like a great player. Let's be very honest. He was playing a great team, and that happens. Like Pedro of that Barcelona team, right? But there are times when you know that Grealish will win you fouls, will get you penalties, and Harry Kane will score. So for me, I would take him. 26-man squad is big enough for you to have him. James Maddison is one of the most creative, the best creative player that England have in terms of fishing you out with a pass, whether a short pass, quick take, or long passes. How the coach decide not to take him. If you look at Spurs last season, as shitty and as dumb as they are, majority of the things that come good in Spurs last season came through James Maddison. Yes, he's got injury issues, but still a good player. I would take James Maddison any day. I mean, I was even angry that Arsenal signed James Maddison last summer. So why the coach is dropping him, I don't know. But he's an English coach. English coaches don't surprise me. An English coach can hardly surprise me with their decision making and how they go about it. So I'm not surprised with that. Kenny say, what's your take on clubs preventing players from representing their national teams? Case in point, Mbappe being denied by Real Madrid to play for France at the Olympics. First off, Olympics is not a major competition. Olympics football event is not a major competition. If I'm going to give you 170 million, I'm going to have a say-so in where you play and where you don't play. So there is no hard force to make it happen. And it's happening during the season. I can't sign you, my marquee signing, and I let you go to the Olympic with the possibility of getting injured and not playing the whole season. So There is nothing wrong if a club stops a player, especially a new signing. If he was in Paris Saint-Germain, obviously he would play at the Olympics. But because he's not in Paris Saint-Germain, they just signed him. You have a job to do. You have a responsibility to your club. That one is clear. And I'm sure Mbappe knew that, because when they were discussing, we just say that Madrid stop it. When they were discussing, that conversation was already made. They could just say, okay, don't worry, we'll make a news out of it, we'll make a big buzz around it and all that. If not, that conversation was already settled. Don't forget that Madrid have been pursuing Mbappe for 7 years. A player you've been pursuing for 7 years, he comes in, and opportunity for you to sell jerseys and make big hits with him. He will come first go Olympics. If you go and win the Olympics, France is making money, the Olympic is making money, and you are in one corner. No, no. Come and play the ball when we concern you. Marvin Barry, I mean, it's been a while, long time. I say, good morning, bro. Good morning to you. John Omona, he says, I missed you during Brilla days. A big fan. Thank you very much. But that's my yesterday. Let's focus on my today. John Omona say, Foden, Cole Palmer, Eze, Jude Bellingham. Who will you drop for Madison? Straight away, I will drop Eze for Madison. Eze had a good late season run. Me and you know say Eze no go play matches for these Euros. In our bench, good day. They no plan. Jude Bellingham is the number one guy. Then you have Foden, you have Kopama, and Madison is a pure midfielder. Kopama is not a midfielder. Foden is not a midfielder. Jude Bellingham is a midfielder. So Eze, yes, a midfielder, but he plays in the hole. I will play Madison. There is space for Madison. So people looking at it like, oh, Madison should play. You go shock say Eze no go play unless somebody gets injured. So what's the use? Tosile Madi says that Madison omission is still shocking to me. Olafat say I think Braithwaite was the shocking one for me, because I don't see why Konsa and Gomez makes it above him. Well, the coach don't decide. They don't decide. Osako Kechuku say the match we have with South Africa will be a very tight one. We may likely not win this match. The confidence I have with the team is very poor. Okay, John Amoy says, and they never had many players in the central defensive midfielders and the Nigerian team. Yes, we don't. So that's also part of a problem. But I mean, that's why you're a coach. That's why you're paid the amount of money that you're paid. Those of you asking if Amokachi is in camp, no, it's not in camp. I saw Victor Ekpeba when we went to go eat fisherman soup. It was just coming in. I was supposed to go see him yesterday. I forgot. Honestly, I forgot. But anyhow, we'll see at the stadium today. And I also saw Chikili Leonis. Some of the names are coming in. I saw Ozone. I saw quite a few people already in town for this team to support this team. Let's hope that we win today, and then they fly to Cote d'Ivoire and win against Benin Republic. Then we establish ourselves with 8 points on top of the group. If not, the struggle continue, the calculation continue, the prayers continue. But for the few seconds that we have left, those of you who did not click the like button, please, I beg you in the name of God, just click the like button. Just do it for me. Do it for the love of the hustle, the hard work that we're going through. And then also those of you who have not subscribed to the channel, I beg, if you want my knee dance, if I go knee down. Okay, if you want make I twerk, I go fit twerk. I'm not Sabisha, but if you twerk, I go twerk. Just click on the subscribe button. Wanna help us? More just reach 15K. More just use that press body say, even though we'll not get the views we would expect, but at least we get the subscriber base that rose up to 15K. Because after today now, nobody could subscribe again. Match not finished. We're all gone. I'm not going to Cote d'Ivoire for the follow-up for the Benin Republic game. It was so expensive. I cannot afford to do it. So I'm coming back home. I'm coming home. Unless somebody just miraculously, Lady Bird miraculous, just miraculously say, Idafe, send me your account number. Let me pay for you so that you and your guys, at least two or one person go follow you, go Cote d'Ivoire straight away. We go come buy flight as soon as we reach Lagos. I need to go out again. We'll just go straight to Kanta, buy flight ticket. Oh yeah, we'll go there again and bring you updates, set up, and then bring you update. But to be very honest, if you get the way you give send me that money, if I go say no need to go. I'll use the money to go do another thing. That's just the truth. John Omana says, I think I have confidence in the Nigerian. I have to. I don't feel like. Osako Okechukwu say, please say that it does it mean that we don't have good midfielders in the MPFL that can be used in our team? We do have 3 players from the MPFL already in the team. Would it not be ridiculous if all of a sudden Finidi George invites, say, 6, 7, or 8 MPFL players to this team? Would you guys not see it as madness? If you watch the press conference, he answered that question already. that we're going to have it coming small, small. Okay. Some of the players that you people also say nobody should invite. Ahmed Musa. All of you people say no, they should not invite him anymore. He's been bold enough to drop him. He's been bold enough to drop to second, but he's recovering from injury anyway. He's been bold enough to drop Kenneth Omero. Not too many coaches have been bold enough to do all that. He's been bold enough to do all that. It's going to take a gradual process. It's not going to happen overnight. He didn't invite Aribo. So if you look at it, it's team selection this time. It's invite. I've shown that, okay, well, there is a departure from the old, but an overload of it might become a problem. You can do good, but do it too much become a problem. Too much of everything is bad. I think it's a process, a gradual process, and we'll get there. I'm not one of those who say, "Oh, make the Super Eagles an all home-based team," but I would be damned with the sort of players that we have that we cannot bank on MPFA players to play for the Super Eagles. No, and that's not something you can convince me on. But I also not convinced that all the positions you have players in the MPFA that can fill it. No, the experience and the exposure is not something that you can take for granted. That's just the truth. Uh, John Omona says, I have subscribed and joined membership. I have also missed your interview stuff with Babayaro. Oh, at least no, see, you know, say at least that thing, that special delivery project, that's a $50,000 project that we use to shoot that thing, and just putting it on YouTube. As much as it is good, we're looking at commercial platform to put it so that we can make money off it. That's why you see it like that. It's not like we don't want to put it out every once in a while. We just put one. That's the sound that you saw. We recorded it 1 year ago to the day that we put it out. It was a 1 year anniversary of his recording that we put it out. But sometimes you just have to. I mean, we're just throwing money out to go borrow money from here, take loan here, do this one, we'll pay back, and we're doing it. We're hoping that one of these days, all of these things go blow. Because if farmer farms, not knowing which one we yield or whether all of them go rotting for ground. But it is better to farm and have expectation than to not farm at all. Now die where hunger will kill you. So that's the way we do it. But we will eventually get there. OT David, he said, do you think Finidi will choose a possession-based style for this match? What do you mean possession-based style? Every team play to possess the ball, isn't it? It is the opposition that makes it change. It's not, a coach does not sit and say, oh, if Finidi George is not Pep. He said like Pep. If Finidi George is not Pep. And one of the things we should stop doing is analyzing a national coach and a club coach. A club coach have 2 windows every season to remove players and buy new ones. A national team coach cannot do that. You would use what you have. If you see quality outside, if you give when Carlo Ancelotti, this one that he says is the Don, he always win title. When he went to Everton, we saw that it's not magical. When Jose Mourinho went to Spurs, we saw that it's not magical. In national team B, national team is where, first off, you don't train with the players every day. You have like 4 to 5 days at most to train your players. And there are always those that will come late, 24 hours or 48 hours to match. So you're not able to really imprint yourself on the team. So you just hope to God that everything goes well, right? So the whole like Pep thing does not come to play here. What happens is if this team is able, even Pep not achieve now. You just come your first match, you want to play like Pep. It takes a whole lot. When Pep came in, Pep took over a team that just won the league title, but still was not able to defend the title. He went a whole season without winning anything because it has to take a process. The Arteta board that we're seeing, it took him 3 seasons for us to see it. Look at 2 seasons of Eric Ten Hag. We don't know the board that he's doing. And each of those 2 seasons is done at least 50 match. That means it's done over 200 training sections. Still haven't been able to put a team together that you can define, okay, this is how this man plays. How do you expect somebody to train a team for 4 days and play the Pep ball? A Pep ball that was, created, that have taken a lifetime to create. It's not even possible. It's like expecting a young journalist to come out and talk the way I talk, or ask questions, interview the way I interview, or analyze football the way I analyze football. There'll be a lot of youthful exuberance, but you would see the pocket of mistakes, the things that just isn't right, and the lack of maturity in it. It's not that the person is not good or there's no potential. It's just in its process. And I think that that's exactly the same way we should look at Finidi George. That look is in his process. He might fail. but I don't pray he fails. If he succeed, it is great. Okay. So at the start, as a coach, what I always say to young coaches is that at the start, do everything to get your results. Just win. Because winning brings confidence. Confidence creates a streak. That streak is now where you now say, you know what, yeah, we did it like this, but we could have done better. You start tweaking, you start fine tuning, right? It's like buying a transistor radio. First off, you need the radio, you need the battery, power on it. Then you now start fine tuning and getting the station you want to listen to. But you cannot fine tune the station in the absence of the radio, right? So this is exactly where Finidi George is with his team. It cannot. I'll be shocked if the team play pep ball. How? How you want to play the pep ball? No, it's Finidi ball that they will play. Finidi ball is also like pep ball. That's if you watch a Yimba. This transition, the possession play, the movement and all that when they go into low block and when they go to keep the high line and all that. But it takes time for that to happen. Look at Ateta. First season, 8th position. Second season, 8th position. Third season, 5th position. Fourth and fifth season, right? Now it's second. But you see the difference. So the margins, the margins are always going to change as you go. But in the words of my mother, start from where you are with what you have. So he's going to start here. And the only thing that will keep him long on the job is he wins South Africa today, he beat Benin Republic tomorrow, and then they keep going and they keep going. Once that keep happening, then he will not start doing what the artists will do, shop and prune. I don't think this player fits what I want. Thank you very much. Hasta la vista. I'm going out there to go and look for the player that I want. Now, the good thing is he's been an MPFA coach. That's an advantage for him. He knows all the players, majority of them. He knows where to go get this player or go get that player and push in and get himself going. That's all that will work. Anything other than that, my brothers and my sister, is just another talk. John Omona, he said Jose Peseiro killed our attacking instinct. No, he did not. Because we drew against Equatorial Guinea, we resorted into defensive. And to me, that was our best game. We played well, but just lost chances. Now, the thing about football is, if Jose Peseiro continued to play like that, they will knock us out of the group stage. They will knock us out of the group stage. Our football would have been worse. He didn't kill our attacking instinct. He said, Nigeria, let me tell you generally in football, from afar, everybody's a superstar. Until you are in charge and you now realize, like I keep saying, that the Super Eagles of Nigeria is star-studded when they are playing for their club. Until the team list is released and you now realize that this team no balance. So this team, Nigeria not get what we say we get. We are filled with attackers. But you see, having attackers does not win you competition. It doesn't make you succeed. Argentina had Messi, Aguero, Gonzalo Higuain, and 2 other strikers that could start anywhere. Guess what? By any shade of the word, those guys should win the World Cup back-to-back. In 2010, they were knocked out by Germany 4-0. In 2014, they walked all the way to the finals and lost to a Mario Götze extra time goal. In this last World Cup in Qatar, Argentina had like one of the worst strike force. Lautaro Martinez is good, I agree, but you can't compare Lautaro Martinez to Aguero. Neither can you compare, was Dybala in that squad self? Compare the other guys that were attacking, apart from Angel Di Maria and Messi. And Messi was going off, right? But the midfield, people like DePaul and the rest of them were ready to walk and die. They were not a flat team. They were, let us walk and die. Julian Alvarez, let us walk and die so that we will score. And then the defense was just there. The goalkeeper was just there. He clicked. The best Argentine team to win the World Cup was that 2010 and 2014 team, but they did not win it. Now, this team that won the World Cup, coached by, I mean, one of the coaches that you don't even expect anything from. A former player, very good player, but were you expecting anything from him? Went all the way to the finals and won it. Now, that's how football is. Sometimes it just doesn't click. And if it doesn't click, it means, oh, you're not a good coach. You don't know what you're doing. But when it click, you are the Lord of the Ring. Who would have thought that a Côte d'Ivoire, Scaloni, who would have thought that an Ivory Coast who qualified luckily from their group, fired their coach, got the assistant coach to take over, is the thing that will go on to win the tournament? What is the footballing logic to that? What is the tactical arrangement for that? Nothing. But because it has happened does not mean that that's not the new trend. That's an exception to the rule. In 1992, Denmark did not qualify for the World Cup. When Yugoslavia was asked to not come into the World Cup, is it Yugoslavia? So was asked not to come into the Euros, not the World Cup, the Euros. They called Denmark, who's the nearest thing in terms of points. Their best player, Michael Laudrup, they were already on holidays when they called them. Michael Laudrup said they are setting us up for a disgrace. You guys can go. I am not going to be part of it. I cannot see myself, going to fool myself. What happened at the end of the day? They went on to win the tournament. Now, that tournament that they win, are you telling me that that is the standard for how to win a tournament? It's an exception to the rule. People underrate them, this take them serious, and they went on to win. 2004, Greece were the host of the Euros. Greece had not taken a single point in any international competition before. In that tournament, they played against France. They played against Portugal twice. A Portugal that had Figo twice, opening game and closing ceremony. They won the tournament. A France that had the Zidane and everybody in it, but they went on to win the tournament, right? My question is, do you think that these are the ways that football should be won? Sometimes there are exceptions to the rules, just like Keshi winning the Nations Cup in 2013. Those are exceptions to the rules. You cannot, there's no science, there's no pattern to that progress. But sometimes it just happens. Like Roberto Di Matteo winning the Champions League for Chelsea against Bayern Munich, a better team, a better squad in their home ground in 2012. But hey, it is football. One of those things happens sometimes. If Roberto Maggio was that great a coach, he would have gone on to go coach other team and show that greatness. But we didn't see it, right? So sometimes this thing just happens. Sometimes the players will say, you know what, we're down here. Let's go and win this thing. Let's do it for us. And that's what I'm banking on with this team. I'm not saying that Finidi is a bad coach, but if things don't go well, I'm also not going to blame him. The players might say to themselves, like I said on Fan Stripe, this player, there's nobody in this team who don't go World Cup. They miss out in the last World Cup. If they don't go to this next World Cup, most of them will be face retirement by the time the 1930 World Cup comes. So their career will be like, oh, they had great club career, one great wonder season for their club, but for national team, they are nothing. And the bunch of the players are too many for that failure to come. So if they can lock into that and say, you know what, guys, our career, they're not going to write anything about them more. That's why no matter what you talk about Judge Way, it's national team career is what people will like judge. That's the funny thing with football. What you do for country is what people remember the most. So it's always important to put that in perspective and see it like that. While we go, OT David says, and also McAllister. Okay, McAllister, for instance, before the World Cup, do you know him? Was it a player that anybody could remember, like, oh, he's a great guy, like them Fernando Redondo, like them Kaká, where you know before the World Cup, like these guys that they Bono Feli, you know them? No. But then I went to the World Cup and see what he became. So that's my point. You, additionally, I say you just speak fat. John Omaya says playing Iwobi in the defensive is my issue. Who was the only creative player? Al-Assad injury also affected. Now you're talking. We had the coach was, you know what? I rather score one goal in 1988. Is that 1988 or 1990? 1988, Cameroon won the Nations Cup. They scored one goal in every game and won the Nations Cup. Aided by referee against Nigeria anyway, but they won the Nations Cup. They asked the coach, why were we not scoring more goals? And he said maybe Cameroonian mothers did not give birth to attackers the time that this team was, being born. So we have the ones, we did what we want to do. That a couple of years from now, nobody will remember how many goals we scored per game. They will remember who won the tournament. That was just it. If we had won against Cote d'Ivoire in the finals, you think that you would say it's dirty football? So Eguavoen played very fine football in 2021 in Cameroon. Where did he take us to? Divine Tokaya says, and a very hot Czech Republic. John Amona says, Iwobi Aina Shaw went to the World Cup and they played. They had a good game, good World Cup. So if you look at it, it's the 2018 World Cup. Kelechi Iheanacho in 2018, what was his contribution to that team? Alex Iwobi as well, what was his contribution? So was one of our worst World Cup appearance ever. So you want to put that as a matter of fact, Kelechi Iheanacho cannot tell anybody in this world that he's had a great performance on Nigeria apart from under 17. It's not. So You have to look at all of that. They all need to go to the World Cup. They're not going to sit down one place and say, "Oh, we went to 2018 is a World Cup that we all want to forget about." It's not. There's nothing about 2018 World Cup that you want to remember. Well, we've come to the end of the conversation. I have a few other things to do. I've not had my breakfast. I need to go have my breakfast and then rest a bit before the match time. I'll be in the stadium for 5, but the match is 8 p.m. Remember, please engage our content. If you've not subscribed to our channel, do well to subscribe and support us as best as you can. We will try our best to, not compromising quality in terms of our interviews and the things that we we put out there, but watching the numbers grow, watching the number of subscribers grow, watching the number of views grow is the greatest motivation a content creator, not just me, any content creator look at for. When you watch our content that we put out, don't be like every other person. Please comment on the content, like it, put your comment there, engage it. That's how the algorithm knows how to push it out because people are interested. If you just watch and you don't comment, algorithm thinks, oh, this person watch, I not like him, right? So advertising that content will be hard. So engage the content. That's why if you notice, content will get plenty comment, like the Honest Bunch now, they always go viral. Algorithm go always wait the first 30 to 45 minutes when you upload the content, how the 10% that they show it to is reacting to it. If that 10% is not reacting to it, like in terms of comments and likes, then they know that, okay, this guy is not worth it. They move on. There are 40 million content that are dropping on YouTube every single day. You think the algorithm will just stay on my own and be waiting? It is my nation, my community that will make the algorithm take us serious. Please, when you see our content, do well to engage it, comment on it, and just subscribe to our channel, like our live show when we're doing it, and then also join the conversation. Thank you very much. OT David said FIFA always put us in a group with Argentina. Not be FIFA they put us, now the draws they put us. We've been unlucky with that one, but there's nothing anybody can do about it. It's just what it is. My name is Edafe Matthews. You're gonna you love the comedy Lego on Sports. It's been a wonderful 1 hour 35 minutes plus today, and I like to say this. When people open doors for you, don't go inside that door, that room, and try to kick them out of the room. Many people do that, and that's not good. Also, remember that as much as you can do everything yourself, okay, Bible say I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. Collaboration still makes the work easier. So in whatever field you are, find somebody who are also doing the same thing like you're doing and collaborate with them so that you can go far. You know how they say if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go with others. So find your group, find your nation, and go with them. Thank you very much. Just the same way, I hope that you guys will be my nation and help me go far. Subscribe to the channel, comment on our content, and push us to the very, very top. God bless you, and have yourself a wonderful day. And we hope that the Super Eagles would win. And probably I'll come back tonight and we'll have a conversation. God bless you, and be blessed. Be fine.